In the brilliant darkness of the void burns an unholy fire. Its flickering scours the substrate of our reality. Where the friction of these two realms is greatest, the border between wears thin. Upon this fissure, the ancients have erected the Nexus Infernum. This dark temple of the black flame provides sanctum to 6 portals, each a wellspring to the sparks of dark arcana shed by the cosmic crucible. The power here is vast, and its allure draws worshippers from both sides of the breach. Abominations of the Dark One come to feast upon the fire, and from the citadel, the most rapacious mortals to meet them. By the hands of the animated dead, these necromancers channel arcane energy and forge blasphemous alliances with the denizens of the dark. In the end, only one shall stand as the true shepherd of the breach. Ascend through blasphemy, master the unholy portals of the Nexus Infernum.
Oh. Hi, sorry about that. Hello everyone, my name is Chris, and welcome to Wintermoon Games. Today, I'm very excited to have this tabletop review of Nexus Infernum. In Nexus Infernum, you and other players are going to be playing the role of a necromancer controlling skeleton hordes, all while trying to get the most arcane energy to become the most powerful necromancer in the void, or in the realm, or in the breach, or in the Nexus Infernum, something like that. All that matters is that you are necromancers and you're trying to kill each other. And if you didn't gather by that little tidbit that I read at the beginning of this video, this game is pretty dark, or at least that's how it's presented on the, box art and in the rulebook with that flavor text that I just read. Nexus Infernum has a lot going on. There's a variety of ways you can kind of prepare yourself to win. There's a little bit of battle and area control, and depending on which arcane energy you want to focus on, you can collect those types of arcane energy and use them to buy demons from the breach. On your turn, you're going to have 4 basic things that you'll be doing: summoning, commanding, perhaps aggressing, and or channeling. Summoning will let you place one of your skeletons out onto the board. Commanding lets you command a skeleton from one portal to another. Aggressing is when you decide you want to attack an opposing player's skeleton. And channeling is when you take the appropriate number of arcane energy tokens from the portal that you're in. This is all determined by dice rolling mechanics and the abilities and demons that you have on your board. The ways that which you mitigate the dice and movement of your skeletons can change depending on the strategy you've chosen. The goal of the game is to get the most blasphemy tokens. You mainly get blasphemy tokens by defeating your opponent's skeletons in battle and by recruiting demons from the lineup. Once a necromancer has achieved 13 points of blasphemy, they have claimed their status as the Shepherd of the Breach. Gameplay immediately terminates, and the lesser necromancers are torn asunder by the black flames of the void as the abominations from the breach feast upon their mortal essence. No joke, that's exactly what the rulebook says. I only have a few criticisms about Nexus Infernum. One of the things that jumped out at me was that the presentation with the box art and even the board itself, the player mats, all of that is really nice. A couple of areas where I found it was lacking was with the Skeletal Minions that you play as. They're just cardboard standees. I felt like it was a bit of a missed opportunity to not have these really nice skeletal miniatures. Now I know not every game can have minis, but I felt like with everything else going for this game, it looked really nice. That just felt a little not a huge complaint. I don't know if there's a collector's edition in existence of this game. The last thing was the artwork. I personally felt like was a little bit underwhelming given the theme. The theme is very dark and kind of gritty, and the art looks a little plain and flat. I'm not an artist. I don't claim to be an art expert. It's just something that jumped out at me compared to the rest of the presentation of the game. But just like a video game doesn't need the best graphics to still be a good game, Nexus Infernum is still a ton of fun, and I would highly recommend giving it a shot. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and give Nexus Infernum 4 out of 5 blood moons. Just regular moons. So if you have a question or a comment about this review of Nexus Infernum, don't hesitate to shoot me an email at cb@wintermoongames.com. For more Winter Moon Games content, you can visit wintermoongames.com/content. We do reviews, previews of video games, board games, interviews with industry professionals, and all kinds of other gaming related videos. Winter Moon Games is also on your social media platform of choice. We stream on Twitch. We're also on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. So I'm going to get a bunch of these names wrong, and I apologize in advance, but Nexus Infernum was designed and developed by Petrus Vezanelli, Diane Vezanelli, Brian Fort, and Adam Watts, and was published by Archon Games. You can learn more about Archon Games by visiting archongames.net, and be sure to ascend into blasphemy by checking out Nexus Infernum. Thank you for watching Winter Moon Games. This has been a tabletop review of Nexus Infernum by Archon Games, and I'll see you next time.